Welcome to Speak Free with Matty G, the podcast that celebrates free speech, truth, and open discussion. All right, welcome to Speak Free on the Streets edition. We're here at Richmond North Public School. This is actually the school I went to. It's where I grew up, so I thought it'd be a perfect place today to do this. It is election day. We're going to be talking to voters, volunteers, and some candidates. Let's go. All right, we are here with Nicole Evans from the United Australia Party. We had you on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. That got taken down off YouTube, unfortunately. So, but how are you feeling today? Are you excited?
I'm excited, a bit nervous, but yeah.
Bit nervous?
It's been a long 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a journey for you. This is your first time ever in politics.
Of any kind.
Of any kind.
Yes.
So it's a bit different to a lot of these major parties out here who've been doing it for forever.
Yes.
These career politicians, for want of a better word. But how do you see it going today?
Look, we've had a lot of interest. A lot of people are quietly coming past and saying in the pre-polls, good luck, or I voted for you. So it's been an interesting journey, and I'm actually curious to see what the results turn out like, because I think we've got a lot more support than people like to publicise.
Yeah.
So
and talking, I talked to Sarah as well. I couldn't get Susan on, but it does seem that they are pretty confident that there's not going to be a huge swing towards minor parties. Do you think they're wrong?
Yeah, I do. I think they're wrong. From what I've gathered, that a lot of people have had enough with the majors, and that seems to be the case why people are actually voting early. It's almost like if they vote early, they'll have a result earlier. It's just they want change and they want it soon. So whilst I think they've been quite underestimating the polls, and I think we're actually going to do better than they believe.
Yeah, and if you do get in today, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Bill of Rights, baby. We're going to get that Bill of Rights in. We're going to get all those mandates removed. We're going to get people back to work and save your houses.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much,
awesome,
and best of luck today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, we are joined here by Tony Hickey from the Greens, and it's a big day. It's election day. Are you excited?
I am excited, yes.
Yeah, and why should people from the Macquarie Electorate vote for the Greens today?
They should vote for the Greens today because they, like everyone else in Australia, cares about climate change and they want some action on climate change. Labor and Liberal for many decades now have done way too little to address climate change, and the Greens have a plan to address climate change and to transition Australia's economy from one that's based on fossil fuels to one that's based on renewable energies. And a whole lot of other reasons as well, but I think that's number one.
Do you think the major parties, Liberal and Labor, are sort of one and the same when it comes to climate change? Do you think they act like they're on opposite sides of the spectrum, but really they are the same?
They're really close, but when you look at their targets and so on, then the Labor Party does have a better policy than the Liberal Party. But from the Greens' point of view, they're nowhere near enough. And from anyone who wants to keep global warming down to below 1.5, then they're certainly not going to be good enough.
Yeah. Now, we've also seen a rise in minor parties this year. I just had Nicole Evans on. Do you think there will be a swing towards minor parties at all this year in the Macquarie Electorate? It's
looking that way, not just in the Macquarie Electorate, and there's independents as well, not here but in other electorates as well. I think disillusionment with the major parties seems to be pretty clear all over the country, and so yes, I think there will be a big increase in minor party votes, and I hope there's an increase for the Greens as well.
Yeah, and I was going to say that there does seem to be disillusionment between both the right and the left of politics. No matter where you stand, it seems that if you've had enough of big government and the major parties sort of ruling, you're wanting to go elsewhere. And I would agree with that sentiment for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's good to have lots of alternatives. I think it's sort of weird that Australia seems to have traditionally thought there's only two alternatives. There's certainly more than that, and it's good to see parties with special interests or different interests from the two major parties involved in the race.
Yeah, for sure.
Preferential voting means that you can vote for those minor parties and not risk wasting your vote.
Yeah, definitely. And if you win today, what's the first thing you're going to do?
I would be quite shocked. So yes, recover from that. First thing I'm going to do, thank all the volunteers profusely who've worked on the Greens campaign. Greens supporters and volunteers are really good people, and they're willing to do a lot of work to follow their passions. So thank them.
Awesome. And my last question to you, since you're on the left of politics, why should Scott Morrison not be Prime Minister of this country?
I think Scott Morrison has demonstrated that quite clearly in the last 3 years. again, my number one reason would be complete lack of action on climate change, the fact that he's beholden to the National Party with their ridiculous, there's still climate deniers in there. It's just appalling, and he's leading Australia down the toilet.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Best of luck today.
Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you as
and
well.
Good luck with the podcast.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thanks.
We're here with Lisa from
Morning.
the PNC, the president of the PNC,
Yep,
here
absolutely.
at Richmond North Public School. I actually went to this school.
That's exciting. So a bit of a while ago, huh?
But yeah, a while ago now. It's weird being back in here, to be honest. You're running the barbecue today.
Yeah, we've got sausage sizzle happening. We've got a coffee van happening. We've got cakes happening. So it's all happening.
Yeah, awesome. Now, sausage sizzle, to me, is
Democracy
the most important.
sausage.
It's the most important part of an election.
It is, 100%.
And if I go somewhere to, to vote and there's not a sausage sizzle going on,
you'd complain, wouldn't you?
it's un-Australian, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
I think it's
absolutely.
un-Australian for sure.
Yeah.
So it's good seeing it here. We just smashed the sausage sizzle. It was
Excellent.
it was beautiful, mate.
Had a
Get
couple of
down here.
repeat customers, which means we're cooking all right.
Yeah, I think we're going to go back for a second after this.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. So in terms of the election, obviously you don't have to tell me who you're voting for, but how do you see it going tonight?
Well, I don't know. We're in Macquarie. I'm pretty new to the Hawkesbury, but it seems like it's one of those knife edge seats.
Yeah.
It
certainly was in 2019.
Yeah. So I moved here just before that one as well. So yeah, I don't know. I'll be tuned to the TV all night after this. So it'll be interesting. I don't know. Yeah. I just hope that whatever happens, it's good for education.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank
and have
you.
a great day and happy election day.
Excellent.
Cheers. All right, we're here with Robin Christie, a volunteer for Susan Templeman today for the Labor Party here in the Macquarie Electorate, here at Richmond North Public School behind us. And why should Labor win this election?
Well, voting for Susan Templeman is a no-brainer. She crosses all avenues. It's about healthcare, mental health, the aged care, education. She doesn't miss a trick, and she's available to all her constituents. The only member that I've ever come across that works so hard and is such a people person. By the people, for the people, of the people. Thank you, Susan.
And why should Scott Morrison not be our Prime Minister?
I think he's let us down too much. I think he's avoided too many things and made excuses. And I think we need a big change of government.
All right, we're here with Mark Jackson, Liberal candidate volunteer here at Richmond North Public School. And why should Sarah win this election today?
Well, Sarah should win this election today because she stands up for the people. She's a local. She knows what people want and she's going to deliver.
I do agree. I just had Sarah on the podcast actually, just recently, and we had a great interview. I think she would be a great candidate for the Macquarie electorate. Why is it time to move on from Templeman, in your opinion?
Because Macquarie traditionally has been a very blue Liberal area. And when bureaucrats change boundaries and include the Blue Mountains, which is very left, it makes it a 50-50 vote.
Yeah.
And that changes everything, because years ago Penrith used to be in Macquarie and they turned that into Lindsay.
Yeah.
And it's very conservative down there as well.
And do you think it's going to be as marginal as it was in 2019 again this year?
I hope not. I hope Sarah gets over the line, even if it's by a handful of votes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And what do you think, what would a Liberal government at a national level, why is that important for Australia?
Security, economics, business, employment and moving forward.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Best of luck today.
Thank you.
I'm here with Grace from Ballbarm & Co., a small business that started here in the Hawkesbury. Now, it is election day. We're here at Richmond North Public School. It's an exciting day. Obviously, as a business owner, it's an important day for you. There's a lot more to think about. You don't have to tell me who you're voting, but has that sort of added into, I guess, your thought process going into the voting today?
It has, absolutely.
Yeah.
For small businesses, you want to, vote for the right person.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, tell me a bit about your business.
Okay, my name's Grace and I own Ballbarm & Co., which is a beautiful balm that I made for my husband a few years ago. He suffered from chafing, so it's made for men for that delicate area.
Yeah, and trust me, as a big fella myself, Yeah, sometimes the chafe comes.
Oh, you'll be buying it.
I'm keen. I'm ready to buy it right now.
But people love it. My husband loved it, and his mates loved it when I was making it. And I thought, we need to make this, and we need to spread the word around with it. And so it's going really well.
Yeah, that's awesome. How do you see the election playing out today? At all?
Who do I feel will win?
Will win? Yeah.
Well, I hope Scott Morrison. But I know he's done things in the past, but he's doing a good job as far as I'm concerned, and I feel like he should have another go at it. And
I think it is a crucial time where change sometimes is not what you need as a country. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, true.
If you are going in that two-party preferred line, I would 100% rather Liberal than Labor.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got some minor parties out here today as well. Did they get any preference vote for you at all? Or no, that's okay.
Sticking with Liberal.
Yeah, awesome. And I guess moving forward in the Macquarie electorate, you said Scott Morrison, so do you think Sarah Richards would do a great job here?
I think so as well. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just had her on the podcast actually. We had a really a good chat. So I think she'll be a great candidate, a great MP for the area.
Yeah. She's grown up in the area, so she's
exactly. She's a Hawkesbury local, for sure. We'll go back to your business a little bit. And so where can people find you, and how can they purchase off you?
Okay, well, you can buy it online, ballbalmandco.com.au. You can follow me on Instagram on ballbalmco and on Facebook. So enjoy
awesome.
it. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Grace.
Thank you
have a
for your
great
time.
day. No
Thanks,
worries.
guys.
Thanks.
See ya.
All right, we're here with Linda from the Animal Justice Party, a volunteer here at Richmond North Public School. And why should people vote for the Animal Justice Party today?
So give a vote to the animals, because we're the only party that actually is working for the animals, the planet and the people, but mainly for the animals. We've put in some good legislation at the moment. At the moment we're sort of trying to ban live export. There's no need for live export. For me, if you're going to sort of live life, then why can't we just live life without cruelty? And for me, it's about choosing kinder choices, and if we can live life without harming animals, then why wouldn't we do that? So that's why I'm with the Animal Justice Party. That's about all I've got to say, sorry.
No worries, that was perfect. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
All right, well, thank you for joining me for Speak Free on the Streets edition, Election Day 2022. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've talked to some candidates, we've talked to some voters, we've talked to some volunteers, and it's been good. Hope everyone has a great election day, and obviously when this will come out, we'll know the results. But hopefully the right person gets chosen for the Macquarie electorate, and the right person is Prime Minister of this country. No matter where you go, no matter who you want to vote for, the most important thing is that you use your democratic right to have your say and to help shape this country for the future. Thank you, and remember, speak free with Matty G.